Welcome to another episode of Trendy with Allison, and this is a Kim's Tear solo rant. Thank you for watching, subscribing, listening. 5-star reviews wherever you listen on podcast are amazing, and hitting the subscribe button and notification bell on YouTube is fantastical. Thank you. I appreciate for all of you who support the show, and if you don't, hopefully I have a new fan. Let's just keep it there. All right, you guys, today I'm going to get into something I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about long hair, and it could be just my own hair loss, hair thinning, hair ain't acting right journey. Okay. Hence why I've been in the wigs. I don't mind wigs for switching up my look and all of that. Don't get me wrong. I'm okay. But I've never had to solely rely on a wig because it looks way better than my hair. So that's what frustrates me. And before I get into the topic at hand today, which is long hair, and I promise you I'm going to get to it and I'm going to stick to it. But let me say this first. I'm feeling a way right now because I almost feel, when you're always in a wig, you almost feel like an imposter. And me being such a short hair girl when my hair was thriving, my hair has always been thick enough that short hair it was my look. And I was wearing a pixie when I was 29 years old, 30 in my 30s, in my 40s, and probably stopped at late 40s because once I hit 50, my hair started to act a little funky. And then now at the end of my 50s, it's really acting funky. And part of that is my doing. Now, I was on this hair loss journey, right, that I was going to share with you guys. And I still have people asking me today, Kim, you said you were going to post about the vitamins, or you said what happened, blah, blah, blah. Here's what happened, in case you were wondering. I was on such a good journey. My hair was starting to respond. I was using horsetail and liquid silica. Then I said, well, I got to go to this conference. I'm going to California. My hair always frizzes up or just gets too poofy. Let me just do a Brazilian blowout free on my hair because I've done it before. My hair responded really well. I didn't apply it to myself, but since then, because my girlfriend applied it and I kind of walked her through it. Since then, I went to a Brazilian blowout class to learn the technique officially and formally because all I did was look at it, read through it, and do what I read. But I said, I don't like to move that way, especially if I'm going to offer it as a service in the salon. So I went to a class and it said for black hair, you need to pass through it if it's not getting straight enough, because I had done it on a couple of people and it wasn't getting straight enough. So I thought I wasn't doing something right. So, well, for textured hair, heavily textured hair, which would be my black clients and myself, you need to pass through 6 times, because it's not going to hurt. It's going to hurt more not to pass through than to pass through. Well, I'm not going to mention any names of the person I worked with via Zoom that worked for the company, but that was the worst advice you could have given me. My hair is so broken off. I'm going to have to cut it into a pixie. I'm going to have to go back to my roots, which again, I do not mind doing that. I actually feel more comfortable in my natural hair. I actually feel more comfortable going back to my pixie, but my hair is not thick anymore. So I don't know how comfortable I'm going to be with it thinning and short. That's a different story, right? Which is why I wear long hair when I wear wigs and weaves, because wigs and weaves are the opposite to me of natural hair. They don't look good when they're short, in my opinion. Even though we know they're a wig, I just think that they look better as a wig longer, even though it's a wig, than it does shorter, even though it's a wig. Something about the tapering in the back, to me, it just gives helmet. I don't care how well you texturize it. There's nothing that you can do to convince me that a wig is a natural scalp. It's just, and even though what I'm wearing now, you're like, well, that doesn't look natural either. Your long wig, but at least I feel I don't know. I'm not gonna say at least because this is just me talking about myself. Everyone feels different, right? Oh my God, why is my fat roll out? Look at you guys. This is another thing. Menopause freaking, I don't know. I always had a six pack too.
Work it, honey.
Whew, that is crazy. Anyway, it just don't look good to me short. It just doesn't. It doesn't flow the way I feel I would want a wig to flow. I need some movement in a wig, even though my natural hair would be fine with it being tapered. Okay, so I'm rambling because I wanted to talk about length. I guess my question is, when did we decide that longer automatically is better? That's the question. Because when you're working behind the chair, and I know that, this is not to offend anyone, this is not to objectify anyone because and I'm not saying this is just a general comment that I'm making. I'm not saying because people like me, I care less about length. But there are many black women who I do behind the chair who care about length. And it's not just black women. I do white women, I do Hispanic women, I do white Jewish women, you name it, Asian women. It does not matter. Long hair, when somebody has attached themselves to the length of their hair, and let me before I lose that thought and lose you guys, well, why'd you bring up black people to start? It's because I'm black. That's all. And I know my world best. But I also know the people who sit in my chair and hear what they say about their hair. But I don't know the white community walking around in it as a white person, or the Hispanic, Latina community, Hispanic, whatever you want to call it, Asian. I don't know what it feels like to walk around as your ethnicity in your community. I just know what it's like to walk around as a black woman in the black community, right? And now being a black hairdresser, I can identify, I hone in more, I guess it's more personal and relatable to me when I'm one-on-one with a black client in relation to talking about length of hair. So I'll start with black women because with black women in the black community, I think officially long hair is anything that's past the shoulder. That is considered long hair, but it's different in different communities. If you're in the black community, past the shoulder, yes, your hair is long, right? But if you're in the white community, past your shoulders, that's medium. It's not really considered long hair. In fact, if you're in the Hispanic community, past the shoulders, your hair is like a pixie. It's like short. So it all depends, right? And it's all relative. But talking about my community, long hair, that is the goal for a lot of women. And if you are one, that your hair can actually grow past your shoulder. I mean, if it grows to your bra strap, then you are boss, right? If it goes past your bra strap, I mean, you're in another hemisphere, okay? Because there are many black women with long hair, past their shoulders to their bra strap, past the bra strap. Trust me, we exist. We exist. I've had them for clients. I've had them. I have one right now. Her hair has been down to her butt. And nobody's mixed. There's no, it's just two black parents, okay? But I believe in America, we're all mixed, but I digress. That's a whole nother episode. But the anomaly that a black woman feels when her hair is long, that becomes a part of their identity. I'm the girl with the long hair because 9 times out of 10, everybody else's hair is above the shoulder. And that was me growing up. My hair could never grow past, it would barely touch my shoulder. And that was if I was doing everything right. I guess I just didn't have long hair. I don't know anybody in my family that had long hair. So maybe we're not, I keep hitting my mic, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do better, but I talk with my hands. I don't know anybody in my family that has hair past their shoulder. I really don't. My grandmother, my dad's mom, she definitely was a mixture of things, just don't know what it is. She had longer hair past her shoulder, but it was really soft and curly and thin. So it wasn't really thick. I don't remember her hair being thick. So that's just my family. Don't know why that is. So, anyway, back to long hair. Why is it even the standard in the first place? Is one thing I question. Long hair, height, two things that I don't have. Those are the most desired aesthetics one could have. I just don't know why. I guess that's my question for you guys. Why is it the standard though? Why? I mean, you're looking at all races across the board getting extensions and 22 inches, 24 inches, 26 inches in length. What is it about long hair that's so appealing? Is it the fact that it can grow? Just like I'll compare it to height. I'll just use those two comparisons right now, those two things. The taller you are, the more desired you are, the cooler you are, the more perfect you are. And that's hair. The longer it is, is it just because you're capable of growing your hair that long? And even men, you see a girl with long hair, it's automatically a win for that girl. Ooh, you have long hair. Is it prettier because it's longer? Even watching Love Island right now, Love Island USA, there's a girl I cannot freaking stand, Soul. I do not like the way you're styling your hair. And if I'm your stylist, I'm mad at you right now for putting those 3 rows of curls in your hair. It is pissing me off. Like, stop doing that. And you're doing them both forward. It's killing me. But you're the only one in the villa right now with a pixie. So that's who I love to be. I love to walk in a room and be the only one with the pixie, and everyone else had weaves or their own natural long hair. Love a pixie. But that's the question I have for you guys today. What is the obsession with long hair? What is the obsession? And then if you are one that you've had long hair your whole life and you're aging, the hair is not growing as fast. Maybe it doesn't have the density it once had. And I deal with that in my chair, and you can't even get them to trim it. It's like, yeah, but you have dead ends. That's not length. It used to be length probably at some time in your life. And now if you trim it, then it's not growing back at the same rate because it's coily at the root. So that already takes longer to grow, much less to get long. And depending on what your growing pattern is, are you one in the anagen phase that grows up to 2 years only before you rest and start to shed to grow new hair? Or are you one that grows up to 6 years? Right? So it's going to be slower because of the texture, the coily texture itself. But do you get where I'm going? Or am I on just like a rambling ramble? Am I running around in circles? I know I am, because I really don't, I'm not that person. So I don't understand it. So I guess I want somebody to explain that to me. And if you are of a different ethnicity in your culture, why is long hair important? Why is that the goal? Why is it, oh my God, I cut my hair off. Oh my God. And husbands like, I can't look at you the same because your hair is short. I like your hair long. Don't cut it. Clients in the chair, oh my God, I want to cut my hair shorter. I want to go shorter, but my husband would kill me. Why? Why? Why?
Why? Why?
I mean, that is the age-old question. I've had it the whole 30 years of me doing hair, honestly. Oh, gosh, you guys. That's my rant today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Please, in the comments, hit me up in the chat. Go to my website, wherever you want to contact me. Instagram, Trendy W Kim Allison, Trendy with Kim Allison on all across the board, all the platforms. DM me. I am asking you, why is length the goal? All right, till next time. Bye.